Lost in translation. Once upon a time, there was a young man named Jake who decided to take a trip to Europe. Despite studying English in school, Jake was not confident in his speaking skills and often found himself in embarrassing situations due to misunderstandings. On his first day in Paris, Jake went to a local boulangerie to order a croissant. However, he mispronounced the word and instead asked for a croissant. The baker, confused, asked him to repeat his order multiple times until Jake finally realized his mistake. This pattern continued throughout his trip, from ordering lemon sing instead of lemonade in a cafe to asking for a glass of beer instead of a glass of beer in a pub. However, despite these misadventures, Jake didn't give up and continued to practice his English. With each interaction, he grew more confident, and eventually, he was able to effectively communicate with locals and fully enjoy his trip. Jake learned that language is a tool for connecting with others, and that making mistakes is just a part of the learning process. He returned home with a newfound appreciation for the beauty and power of communication. The magic of misadventure. Once upon a time, there was a young man named Alex who lived in a small village in the countryside. Alex was an English learner, and he wanted to improve his English skills. One day, he heard about a magical book that could help him learn English faster. He went on a journey to find the book and discovered that it was located in a hidden temple deep in the forest. As he was walking towards the temple, he encountered many obstacles and misadventures. He had to cross a river filled with crocodiles, navigate through a dense jungle, and climb a tall mountain. But despite these challenges, Alex was determined to find the magical book. Finally, he arrived at the temple and saw the book lying on a pedestal in the center of the room. He reached for the book, but just as he touched it, a bright light enveloped him, and he disappeared. When Alex opened his eyes, he found himself in a different world filled with fantastical creatures and magic. He soon discovered that the book had transported him to a magical land, where he would have to use his English skills to survive and find his way back home. As Alex embarked on this magical journey, he encountered talking animals, enchanted forests, and dragons who could only speak English. He used his newfound English skills to communicate with the creatures and solve various challenges, gradually improving his language abilities along the way. In the end, Alex successfully found his way back home, and he was amazed by how much his English had improved during his fantastic misadventure. He realized that learning English could be fun and exciting, and he couldn't wait to continue his journey in the magical world of English. Lion goes viral for doing impressions of other animals. In a small zoo in the heart of Africa, there lived a lion named Leo, who was unlike any other lion. Leo had a unique talent. He could do impressions of other animals. It started as a silly game between Leo and his keeper, but soon enough, visitors to the zoo began to take notice. They would gather around Leo's enclosure and ask him to show off his skills. Leo loved the attention and quickly became the star attraction of the zoo. One day, a visitor recorded Leo's impressions and posted the video online. It quickly went viral, with millions of views and shares within a matter of hours. People from all over the world were talking about Leo and his incredible talent. News stations started to take notice, and soon enough, Leo was making appearances on international television shows. Leo was having the time of his life, traveling the world and performing for audiences of all sizes. He even had his own merchandise line, with t-shirts and stuffed animals bearing his likeness. Leo became a symbol of joy and entertainment, bringing smiles to the faces of people everywhere. But even with all the fame and fortune, Leo never forgot his roots. He would always take the time to visit his old home at the zoo and visit with his former keeper. And every time he performed, he would remind the audience that all animals deserve to be respected and protected, no matter their talent or breed. Leo will always be remembered as the lion who went viral for doing impressions of other animals. He proved that even the biggest and strongest of creatures can have a silly side, and that laughter truly is the best medicine. Funny Lion plays hide and seek with tourists in Safari Park. In a vast savanna in Africa, there was a lion named Larry who lived in a popular safari park. Larry was known for his mischievous personality and love of play. He would often tease the visitors to the park by hiding behind bushes or trees, waiting for them to spot him before jumping out and roaring. The visitors loved it, and Larry quickly became a fan favorite. One day, a group of tourists entered the park and were making their way through the savannah on a jeep tour. Suddenly, Larry appeared in front of them, roaring loudly. The tourists were stunned, but then Larry disappeared behind a tree. The tourists were confused and wondered if they were seeing things, but then Larry popped out from behind another tree, roaring again. It was then that they realized what was happening. Larry was playing a game of hide and seek with them. The tourists were thrilled, and as they continued through the park, Larry would jump out and roar, hiding behind different trees and bushes. The tourists would try to spot him, but he was always one step ahead. Larry was having so much fun that he decided to up the ante and started to make his appearances more dramatic, jumping out and roaring right next to the jeep. Soon enough, word of Larry's hide and seek game spread, and visitors started to flock to the park specifically to see him. The park became a popular tourist destination, and Larry was officially known as the funny lion who plays hide and seek. He even made appearances on television, showing off his impressive hiding skills and mischievous personality. Years went by, and Larry continued to bring joy and laughter to visitors of the safari park. He may have been a big, powerful lion, but he never lost his love of play and his ability to make people smile. Larry will always be remembered as the lion who brought a sense of fun and adventure to the savannah. King of the jungle, Lion shows off impressive tricks at circus. In a small town on the outskirts of the city, there was a circus that was renowned for its talented animals. People from all over the world came to see the amazing tricks that the animals performed, and one lion named Leo was the star of the show. Leo was a big, strong lion with a regal presence, and he was known as the king of the jungle. Leo had been trained since he was a cub to perform incredible tricks, such as jumping through hoops of fire, standing on his hind legs, and even playing the piano. The audience was always in awe of his impressive skills, and Leo loved the attention. He would bask in the applause, his mane shining under the bright lights of the big top. One day, a new animal trainer came to the circus, and he brought with him a team of tigers who were also trained to perform impressive tricks. The tigers were a hit with the audience, and soon enough, they were receiving as much applause as Leo. Leo was used to being the center of attention, and he didn't like the fact that the tigers were taking away his thunder. But instead of becoming jealous, Leo decided to step up his game. He started to incorporate even more impressive tricks into his performance, showing the audience just how powerful and regal he truly was. Leo's tricks became more and more daring, and the audience was on the edge of their seats, waiting to see what he would do next. And then, on one particularly hot summer night, Leo performed a trick that had never been seen before. He jumped through a ring of fire, and then, in midair, he transformed into a ball of flame. The audience gasped in amazement as Leo landed gracefully on the other side, unharmed and still blazing with fire. It was the trick of the century, and Leo received a standing ovation that lasted for several minutes. From that day forward, Leo was officially known as the king of the jungle, and no other animal in the circus could come close to his impressive skills and regal presence. He continued to perform in the circus, bringing joy and amazement to audiences everywhere. Leo will always be remembered as the lion who showed the world what it truly means to be the king of the jungle. Thanks for watching our video. We hope that these captivating tales have not only entertained you but also helped you build your English language skills. Remember, the key to improvement is practice. So keep reading, listening, and speaking English, and you'll be a pro in no time. If you have any questions or feedback, don't hesitate to leave a comment. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos like this in the future. Until next time, take care.